And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have a magnificent guest with us today, uh, a young prodigy who's going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration, and that is none other than our family, our friend, and this is the second time on here. But if you want to know anything about anything, Asa knows everything about a lot of things, but especially um, basketball. So first of all, assalamu alaikum, Asa.
Walaikum salam.
Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on the People's Podcast. This means a lot to myself, my family, and the viewing audience. Um, First of all, I see you got your Knicks gear on. Do you think that you all have a chance this year?
No.
Okay.
It was the only good jersey I could find, really.
Okay. But you don't think that you don't think that you actually have a chance this year.
Maybe we could get to the conference finals.
Okay. Yes, sir. Well, we're going to get started. Everybody's going to show you love all around the world. And what we want to know is let's start with the East and end with the West. The West is where it's really complicated. The East is more easier to figure out what's in the standings. Uh, let's go with the play-in tournament. What are some of your predictions?
Okay, so sorry, I just had to put something down. My predictions for the play-in. Now I know some people don't think that it's popular, and some people might not think it's fun. But when you see like one of the good teams, even though we're talking about the East and not the West, when it's LeBron and Steph, it kind of makes sense that the West is packed for the play-in. But since this is the East, it's kind of different and not like some of the good teams are in, probably except for like the Heat, and that's it.
Okay.
But for the 7 and 8 matchup, the Magic and Hawks, I'm gonna have to go with the Magic. I don't like Trae Young.
Okay.
I'm just not a big fan of him.
What? So you don't like this? You don't like? Oh, but you're a Knicks man, so I get that because he's always trying to show off a
And
little
if
bit.
he hated in New York, like he should do everything to them.
Okay. All right. What about the next matchup?
The Bulls and Heat. I still feel really bad for the Heat going down, losing 10 straight games in the regular season. And now they saved their playing spot because the Raptors, they might be better next year. The Raptors,
Okay.
they might make it to the play-in. But for the Heat, I'm probably just going to have to go with Chicago just because I like their depth and their roster and the improvements getting better for the team.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Do you feel sorry that the Heat gave up Jimmy Butler and it was all of that drama, and now we don't even know if they're going to be good anymore?
I don't.
You don't feel sorry for them? Okay. Let's go to the next match, the next round, or the next bracket.
Fast one. What is it? Bulls and Hawks. Bulls. Okay, that was just boring. But now we get to the real playoffs.
Okay.
Cavs and Bulls. Sweep Cavs because they're just too good. Pacers and Bucks. Now we get to where it gets serious.
Yes, sir.
Only I'm gonna have to go with the Pacers only because if Giannis doesn't play his best, because he's always getting injured. Like ever since 2023, he's been playing not as well as he was before, like in that championship run. And
Yes, sir.
you know things can get better every single season, but um, if none of the players play as good as they were like in the regular season or how they were before, I'm probably gonna have to go with the Pacers in 7. And they did
What? Okay.
upset them in last year.
Which is
And
true.
Tyrese Halliburton is hitting his prime now, so and Giannis is like 32 now. He still has a couple of years left. He's still a good player, but I'm still gonna have to go with the 30 now for Giannis. He's still got a couple more years left. Uh, I still think the Pacers because they have good players and they play very good defense. Like when you saw against the Knicks last season, And besides, the Knicks always have injuries, so it's Pacers in 7.
Pacers in 7. Okay, well, let's stay right there with Giannis and the Bucks. If your prediction is correct and Giannis loses, should he go to a big market team and leave Milwaukee, or should he stay there and try to stick it out?
Stay there for the rest of his career. It doesn't make sense for him to leave anywhere.
Okay. There. Well, speaking of leaving anywhere, the Phoenix Suns just fired another coach. That's 3 coaches in 3 years. Many people say they imploded this year. Kevin Durant is one of the best scorers of all time, but his teams have not been winning consistently over the past few years. Do you think that he should stay or should he leave?
Leave.
Okay. And where do you think he should go?
Dallas.
Okay. That's a good pick. So him and Kyrie teaming up?
Again, just because if Kyrie, KD, and AD, that's an unbelievable team to stop. After they traded Luka, which was the worst trade in NBA history.
I agree.
The KD, Kyrie, and AD, if KD joins that team, they would be monsters.
Absolutely. And I would have to get some plane tickets to go to Dallas to start going to some of their home games because I would love to be in there with KD, Kyrie, the whole stadium going crazy. That would be a great pick. Hold on,
and they would be really good.
Absolutely. Mimi and Naima says, "Hey family." Your cousin Mimi says, "Family ASA Lakers Salam." Thank you all. 147 Savage out of Flint, Michigan. Thank you for always showing love as well, sir. We appreciate it. Thank you to everybody for showing love to Asa all around the world. Okay, Asa. We gotta come to the Celtics. Wait, what's the next bracket on the East? In the East.
Next one, Knicks and Pistons. Now, it goes crazy because whenever you see Knicks fans, whenever you see them in the playoffs, they go super crazy. And for the Pistons, they weren't even that good last season. They lost 29 straight games.
Mm-hmm.
And that was bad, and they just improved because they got a good coach. The coaching makes the team good. That's the only reason. Without that coach for the Pistons, JB Bickerstaff, they would have never been good, and they would have been the 13th seed.
I agree. So now they're going against your team.
And you have Cade, but Jalen Brunson, he be stepping up. And if the Knicks just can play healthy, don't do anything bad, don't get injured, because Jalen Brunson got in time to play for the team. If they lose, it's going to be on his fault.
Okay.
He's the best player. Cat he's just like lazy sometimes.
Well, because I was going to ask you, how do you feel about the Karl-Anthony Towns addition? You don't think that made the Knicks better?
It makes them a little better.
Okay, yes, sir. Now, all right, what about the next bracket?
Celtics and Magic, just Celtics and 5.
You saying 5? You giving the Magic one chance? You giving them one win?
I know, but you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Yeah, because I'm like the Celtics. They might sweep them. I'm just they might sweep them. I'm just don't sleep on. Boston is looking real good this year.
Boston is always good.
Yeah. Okay, is that it for the East?
Let's do the whole East and then the West.
Yes, sir.
Then the finals. Then 1 against 4, Cleveland Cavaliers and Indiana Pacers.
Okay, so you got Cleveland. Okay.
I'm going to have to go with the Cavs in 7, just because what they did in the regular season when they lost 4 straight after they won 16 straight games. If they did that in the regular season, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a hard time against Indiana.
Okay. And so you are not a fan. Do you think that Donovan Mitchell, is it his time to show up, or what's going on this year?
It's his time to show up, but he has to play amazing if they're going to win.
I agree.
He has to be his absolute best to do this.
Yes, sir. Okay, well, Cleveland, they better
And
stand
I
up.
still, after when they went 15-0, like in November, I was like, they're still little young. When the playoffs come, it's gonna be a little hard because they're still young. That's all I
They
gotta
are.
say. So
They are.
that's why I said Pacers in 7 because Cavs in 7 just because the Cavs they're still young.
I agree. And they haven't been tested this year. Truly, we're going to see. Raspberry Wonder says, "Assalamu alaikum salam." What Raspberry Wonders is? Your mother says, "Peace, family." Um, and Camilla wants to know. I mean, your mother wants to know what is the play-in tournament and did it already happen?
The play-in tournament is usually 4 teams play in the play-in and try to get a playoff spot.
Okay.
And the 7 and 8 game, whoever wins that game plays the 2 seed. The loser plays in this game called the 8 seed game to try and play the 1 seed in the playoff bracket. And the 9 and 10 game, whoever loses that game, their season is over and they don't have a chance to play again. Whoever wins the 9 and 10 game is still alive and tries to win the 8 seed game. The 8 seed game, whoever loses that game, their season is over.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. So who's next? Who's next in the bracket?
Next on the bracket, oh, I forgot to talk about Warriors and Grizzlies. Oh yeah,
Okay. So
because
you ready to
that's
go to
part
the
of
West? You ready to go to the West already?
this is hard, but after that game yesterday against the Clippers, that was just hard. And James Harden played like he was in his prime or something.
Step back with the left.
When
He
he
was
hit
going
that
on.
second three, I was just mad because I knew that was going to probably be dagger or something. And if it weren't for that goaltend that Jimmy Butler did when James Harden was getting that floater, and if there was a foul, they could have probably won. But what made me mad out of all of it was Bunny Healed. Why would you pass to him? Like, when he first got on the team, I think people were saying he's the next Steph Curry. Well, not the next, but like he will play well with Steph Curry. And it did not go well. After that shot, it just felt like it's over. Steph, we all know Steph's the best player, the best 3-point shooter that God has seen.
Now, Asa, have you ever seen me shoot a basketball?
Who?
Have you ever seen me play basketball? Have you ever seen me shoot? Because a lot of people say that I shoot just as good as Steph Curry. For the record, just for the record, I gotta let you see it. You gotta see it. You gotta see it. I'm just
No.
telling you. Telling you. I'm just telling you. Okay, so what about the next bracket?
Next bracket, Mavericks and Kings. I have to go with the Mavericks. I think since AD's playing now, there's a chance.
I agree. I'm rooting for the Mavericks, but are me and you, and as well as millions of people, disrespecting Sacramento Kings because so many people have just written them off. They don't care that they made the trade for DeRozan. They don't care about anything. They just think that the Kings are just not going to ever be good. Are we disrespecting them, or are we making observing, making the right observation?
We're not disrespecting them.
Okay, they're just not going to make it. There's nothing they can do.
No.
Okay, all right. And Mimi, your cousin Mimi says she's learning. No, Camilla. Thank you. All right. And then next, all right. So it's the next bracket.
Next bracket, Grizzlies and Mavericks. If it's not for if John Morant doesn't play his best, because he always goes through some problems ever since 2022, 2023. Because he showed a gun at a party, which had to get suspended. He got suspended again with another gun 2 months later.
Yes, sir.
Like, are you dumb or something? Do you know that you got suspended the first time, so don't do it
Yeah.
again? But he was with NBA YoungBoy. And you know NBA YoungBoy be having those tattoos all over his face,
Absolutely.
which I do not like.
I understand. So okay. So, but if John Morant doesn't hang out with NBA YoungBoy and he could be on his best behavior, do you think they have a chance?
Yes, he
Okay,
has to play well if they're gonna win this game.
I agree. Now, my favorite player on the Grizzlies, of course, is John Morant, but I think a lot of people underestimate Bane. I think he
Yes,
can
Bane.
spread the floor. Yeah, I think he can spread the floor. He can shoot the three. And ain't he plays defense? I think his defense is pretty good. What do you think
He's a
about
good
him?
defensive player.
I agree. Okay, now let's go next bracket. Who you got?
Grizzlies and Mavericks to settle this. I'm sorry, Mavs. I just want to see the Mavericks in the playoffs.
Okay.
I think in real life it's probably going to be the Grizzlies
Probably
because
the Grizzlies. Okay.
last
Okay.
good and they got a better team. And Klay Thompson has to go to China.
Okay. You hate Clay. Why don't you like Clay?
I don't know. He's too washed.
That's what I'm saying. You told me that. You say he's washed. I'm hoping. I was hoping this year was gonna be his year, but like you said, it's looking rough. It's looking rough. And people will want him to go to China if he doesn't step up. Um, Naima, your cousin Naima says facts. Asa, John Morant is always in trouble. Okay, let's go to the next bracket.
Next bracket. OKC against Mavericks. OKC.
Okay, see,
I just need Dallas to get to the playoffs at least.
at least in the playoffs.
I'm
Okay.
gonna have to go with 4-1.
Okay, can you break down for us why you believe the Thunder are so good? Are we underestimating
I think it's
SGA?
only good because, like, first of all, Chet Holmgren is in his second season because it felt like if it weren't for the Thunder, if Chet Holmgren never got injured in 2023, then they probably would have never been in the play-in. But here's the thing about rookies: some of them can be good, some of them can be bums.
It's true.
And I think Chet Holmgren probably had something to show to the NBA that he was too good and that there could be a new duo in the league.
I agree. I agree. Yes, sir. So you think that the Oklahoma City Thunder are official?
They have a bright future in them.
Okay, okay. But are you saying this year though? How we looking this year?
No,
Huh?
no.
No, not this year. Okay, but they're building something for the future. All right, what's your next? Who you got next?
Nuggets and Clippers.
Let's get into it. I think this is gonna be good, Ace. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Also, just forget about that. Just my sister playing the piano practice. It's okay.
Okay, that's a good thing. Um,
Um,
so you got Westbrook. That match. Well, first of all, yeah, you got Westbrook and Harden. That's a good storyline going against each other. Kawhi is back. I mean, so what you think? I mean, who you think?
they were good. 19 and 15 in January without having him. They played well. James Harden played, even though he's not washed yet. He's playing good. He's playing good. He's not bad yet.
Okay, okay. But who do you pick though? Who you gonna choose?
I pick the Nuggets in 6. Now I
Nuggets and
know
six.
if the Clippers lose, but teams have to lose. If the Clippers lose this, something bad's gonna happen in LA. Probably, maybe James Harden might get traded, Kawhi might get traded. Something bad's gonna happen. I already know if they lose this one, but
Okay.
they already have the 3-time champion, not 3-time champion. I'm just joking. MVP
MVP. Yes, sir.
Nikola Jokic, and he's like that type of Kareem, honestly,
Are you saying like he's like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
kind of.
I agree.
He's kind of like that type of any other good Bill Russell.
Bill Russell. Okay, okay.
Like he be getting all those rebounds.
He is, and he can bring the ball to the floor. He dominates.
And
He's pure
sometimes he
dominance.
acts like a point guard sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's. It's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. That first round matchup between them. I
It's
know
gonna
it's.
be tough and it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, yeah. No, okay, now what about his supporting staff? Do you like Aaron Gordon? Do you like what's the point guard who always he goes crazy in the playoffs?
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray. Do
He
you like
always be doing everything to the Lakers. I'm just glad that the Lakers didn't have to play the Nuggets, or else it would have been over.
okay? Because he does turn into like super point guard when he plays against the Lakers. Okay, so what about the next bracket?
Lakers and Wolves. Boss, are you wearing Yoda shirt? Yoda shirt?
Yes, sir.
Because at first I thought you were wearing some Back to the Future shirt.
Oh no, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm actually waiting to find some official Back to the Future shoes that he has. Because I saw some on Amazon, but they didn't look too official. I didn't want to order them and then they not be the right thing. But I like the Back to the Future shoes. Yeah, I think they're pretty
Because
cool.
my dad and me started watching A New Hope yesterday.
Okay, how was that?
It was good. We didn't finish it, but the start of the movie is good.
Okay, as long as I mean it's good, and I'm more of a what do you call it? Anakin and Darth Vader. That's really my thing. So like that's
Isn't
just
he a bad guy?
yeah. But you gotta watch. That's what I'm saying. You gotta watch it so you can see why he turned to be why he what made him go bad. But at first he wasn't. At first he was just a regular guy. He was just a regular Jedi who was finding his way, and then disappointment led him to the
Because
dark
at
side.
the start of the movie, I was like, oh, I thought he was a good guy.
You gotta keep watching. That's what I'm saying. You gotta keep watching it.
Uh,
Okay, now and thank you everybody who's watching the show. Love to Asa. All right, yes sir. Next bracket.
okay. Lakers and Wolves. Now, before we had the Warriors go to the 7th place, I did not want Steph against LeBron. But when it came to the last day of the NBA in the 4th quarter, I kind of wanted the Warriors to win so then they didn't have to play on Tuesday,
Okay.
tomorrow. But it kind of seems like the Wolves have something in them because they won yesterday and the Warriors lost. If they won, they could have played Los Angeles. And here's the thing, Ant-Man might be in his 5th season, but after what he did last year
Yes sir.
against Phoenix, Denver, even though he lost against Dallas, what he did against Dallas, he was like Michael Jordan because everyone called him that type of Michael Jordan. And then this season he loses it. Nobody calls him that anymore.
Mm.
And what came to me was, why do people not call him that anymore?
Yes sir. So you think he has something to prove? You think he has to prove that he is Michael Jordan's son, as they were saying? You saying he got something to prove?
People would always be saying that last year.
Okay, but is it fair to put Anthony Edwards against Luka and LeBron?
I think so, but you got to double team Luka and LeBron
I agree.
because they're the best players on the team.
Okay, what about Rudy Gobert? Can he get a? Is this a breakout year for him? In this
No,
playoff?
he's good at rebounds, but not good at points.
Okay, I agree.
That's the only thing. It's either going to be Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6. Okay.
Rockets are just too good. You don't know what to expect.
I expect Luka to score a whole bunch of points, and I'm like, my God, that was an unfair trade. Okay, what about the next round?
Rockets and Warriors. Now, okay, this is going to be tough because
Be tough.
Dylan Brooks likes to trash talk. He likes to trash talk almost any player that is like the best, like Steph, LeBron,
Yeah.
Tatum. He would be trash talking anyone.
Yes, sir.
And if Dylan Brooks just gets in each other's face, plays the best defense, Warriors are going to be scared of him. But
Okay.
there's 2 trash talkers that we have to worry about, Draymond and Dylan.
It's going to be busted TV. It's going
They
to be
like
busted
to trash
TV.
talk. But I don't understand what happened to Patrick Beverly.
I don't know. He does he went overseas and then now he's on a lot of podcasts. But I was a big Patrick Beverly
I
fan.
saw him do a lot of podcasting.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he went overseas like after last year. I don't know if he still plays, but he did go overseas. Okay, so who do you choose? Do you choose the Rockets or do you go with Steph Curry?
What Steph did in 2023 against the Kings, I think he can do it and upset another team
Okay.
and defeat the Rockets. First of all, here's the thing. We might be in 2025, but I still think there's 4 more years left, or 3 or 2, until the Rockets and Thunder can be good. So I'm gonna have to go with Warriors in 7.
Warriors in 7. That's a good choice.
Get to the hard part if Steph and LeBron.
Okay, well, okay, let's go. Let's get straight into it. Who you got?
Well, let's do Lakers and Warriors first. Okay, 2 of the best players of all time, You have one who's really good at scoring points, and two, a great player who can shoot 3-pointers. For me, I'm going to have to go with LA. Not because it would be good to see an upset, like a playing team like the Miami Heat, but still, I'm going to have to go with LA because you have two of the best players. Even though you have Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry on the same team, that it still means a lot. But if Jimmy Butler does play tomorrow and he plays in the playoffs, they can go on a really good run, but it's gonna be Lakers in 6. They're gonna give
Okay.
redemption to what the Warriors did in 2023.
So you're going with the Lakers.
Yeah.
I mean, Luca makes everything unfair, but yes, I agree. Luca makes everything. Whew. Okay, now the question, Asa, for everybody who's watching, this is something that people always are talking about constantly in all of the sports shows. Magic Johnson,
Or Steph Curry.
yes, sir. You're a historian, so you know the history. You know Magic Johnson, the quintessential point guard. However, Steph Curry is right on his heels, or some people say next, or even past him. If Steph Curry does figure out to get another ring, is he with Magic Johnson? What do you think?
That's kind of a hard question because they have way different similarities.
Okay.
Magic would like give the ball to any of the Lakers, Kareem, Michael Cooper, because he can pass backwards, especially can Jokic, because it took a lot of practice. Steph Curry's just like a quiet guy who just hits threes for his team. But Magic, not because he won more rings and he was better in the 80s, but I would say Magic Johnson just because of how skilled he was.
Okay.
It does take
Okay.
a lot of practice to shoot like 500 threes a day, but it's even harder to go behind the back, pass, and then not let another team steal the ball.
Okay. Yes, sir. So you saying Steph got more work to put in order to get on Magic's level?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes, sir. Who we got for the next bracket?
For the next bracket, OKC and Denver. Because I said LA in the conference finals. Um, that's a tough one. It's gonna go. I have a game 7 in this one.
Okay.
Shea, they have a good center, Chet Holmgren, because you have to worry every single team, like all 30 teams, like basketball, football, American football, not soccer. You have to worry about defense and a big man, because
Yes, sir.
like for basketball, you need a good man to guard in the paint. So then they have good defense surrounded, so that none of the teams can like shoot an easy layup. So you don't want that to happen. And that's what especially Chet Holmgren and Nikola Jokic can do. But
Okay.
if Shea just scores points, but Nikola Jokic is a rebounder, I'm gonna have to go with OKC in 7.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. See you 7. Okay.
Yeah.
And
That leaves us with OKC and LA.
okay, see LA. Okay, and your mom says these fools is jive. They need to stay alive. Lakers in 5.
Yeah. Lake Show.
Lake show. Okay. Okay.
And
So who we got next? Lacey? I mean, what's next on the brackets?
OKC and LA.
Yeah. Lakers in 5.
Wait, wait, did we get to the I don't think we finished the East, but we can finish the West. OKC and LA. I think this is gonna. A lot of people will say that I'm rigged for this, but I would have to go with LA because you got two of the best players, Luca and LeBron.
That's unfair. It's an unfair matchup. It's
So
unfair.
LA, and we didn't get to finish the East because we said I said Cleveland in 7,
Yes, sir. Okay, let's go back to the East. Let's finish the East.
and we didn't finish Knicks and Celtics. So Knicks and Celtics. Okay, this is gonna be a tough one because you have two great superstars in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, both
Yes, sir.
J, the double J's. This is a tough one because you got two great duos in Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown. They're all great players. But
Yes,
here's
sir.
the thing. If they kept Dante DiVincenzo, they probably would have been better than how they were before. Because in the regular season, I thought that the Knicks could probably get to the second seed and the Celtics
Okay.
fall down to the third seed. But I'm gonna have to go with New York stand up.
What? You go with the Knicks above Boston?
I'm sorry. I just love New York. New York's a great place.
Okay.
So Knicks against Cleveland.
Okay, let's see all this New York talk. What you got? What you got with the Knicks versus Cleveland? Who you got?
New York.
You going with the Knicks? You think the Knicks are going to the finals?
I like the Knicks.
Okay, well, all right, let's go. Let's get them to the finals then.
Celtics. We could have a Celtics and Thunder, but I like the way New York plays. I like the way their defense is. Karl Anthony Towns can play both center and power forward.
Which is true, and he can shoot. He can shoot out the gym now.
He can shoot threes. He can shoot twos. He can shoot anywhere. So that means I'm gonna have to go with actually probably not New York because Cleveland has better players on their team. So Cleveland and LA.
Okay, so you going? So you wait. So now you changed it. So you're saying the Cleveland LA finals.
Yes.
Okay, you're going Cleveland LA. Let's get into it.
Cleveland and LA. I know this is super rigged. People are gonna think I'm super rigged for this, but they're both good teams. LA with LeBron and Luka. Cleveland with a trio: Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. They're too good, even though they can be a little too young. Everyone would love to see LeBron win his 5th championship, and people would love to see Cleveland get back because they haven't won a championship since LeBron was back. So that means he's going to be back in Cleveland, but not get booed because, like, the first time when he left, people were mad, but the second time, people just started clapping for him. They don't really hate on him that much.
Okay.
They don't hate on him that much. So I would have to go with LA. Oh, how I wish this is.
So I mean, it's looking like LA. That's it's pretty accurate. Ace is pretty accurate. It's looking like a Lakers year this year.
Yeah, because I really love Luka.
Me too. I'm still uncomfortable seeing him in a Lakers jersey, but yeah, it is what it is.
Because remember, Luka got injured on Christmas Day, and then he gets traded to the Lakers, which the GM Nico Harrison had no idea what he was doing. And then the next week, Luka comes back. If you didn't trade him to the Lakers, he would have been injured still for the Mavericks because what people wanted to see was Luka on the Lakers already, so they could win another ring. So that's why he got to the team so fast and played the next week. If it weren't for that trade and that stupid trade, then he still would have been injured and probably came back like this week.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even have this issue.
I agree. Okay, Asa, let me show you people showing love in the comments. Righteous by nature, it said Asa. Oh no, it said ASA. Go Warriors. Islam. Knicks and Camilla said she didn't know about your mom didn't know about that. And then Righteous by Nature says young sports commentator. Absolutely. And thank you to everybody who's showing love. Asa, and we look forward to you all getting introduced to Asa because we want to bring him back on as a special guest many times, special commentator, not only just because he's my family and he's cool, but because he knows what he's talking about. Yes, sir. So you're saying we did the whole breakdown today. At the end, Lakers in 5. Is that what you said?
6.
Lakers in 6. Okay, so Ace is saying Lakers in 6, and man, this is it's looking that way. I'm a Luka fan. It's just crazy seeing him in a Lakers jersey. It's just crazy seeing him in a Lakers jersey. Yep. but it's looking your predictions are pretty accurate, and I just look forward to seeing let's get it on in the playoffs. Are you going to watch each series, or there's some series that you're going to skip over and not watch?
I'm Celtics and Magic because I know that's probably going to be quiet, but probably not for the late games
Okay.
because they're too
All right.
late. Dad says I have to go to bed at that time.
Listen, I understand,
Usually,
man.
but usually on Saturdays and Sundays, you're probably going to see Steph and LeBron play at 8 o'clock. So I'll be watching those series, but then I'll have
Yeah,
to watch them recorded the next day on a weekday.
man, it's all good, and as long as nobody spoils who won, it shouldn't even matter because you
Yeah.
won't know. So you can watch it the next day. That's a good thing. Um, Camilla says, "Who will have come out the East, Josh?" I'm gonna have to go with Boston on that. I'm gonna have to go with Boston on that. Cleveland. I don't see it. I know they're good on paper. I know they're number one team. You got to prove it to me because I seen Jaylen Brown, as you call them, the Double J's, and Jason Tatum turn into like. I mean, they start hitting every shot they throw up. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Celtics. But Cleveland, if Cleveland proves me right this year, I mean proves you right, Asa, then it's all good. Um,
Whatever you say.
okay, Ahmad is showing love. Thank you, brother. Thank you, everybody who's watching people's podcast. Asa, we got two more questions for you, sir. What have you been doing for fun in your off time?
Interested into 80s movies, I guess.
Okay. So shout out to the 80s movies. Anything besides Back to the Future, because everybody who watches people podcasts know I love Back to the Future, but anything besides Back to the Future, put us on to a movie from the 80s.
Well, huh?
I said introduce us to a movie from the 80s. Like what's something we should know besides Back to the Future?
E.T.
Hey, okay. So you like Steven Spielberg. All right, can't go wrong with E.T.
He's a goat. He's a goat. He's a goat.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to E.T. And man, I haven't seen the movie probably like 15 years because it makes me get emotional because it's so good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I saw it in school. If I focused more on what happened, it probably would have had me in tears. Sometimes I spoil movies for me sometimes, but I try not to do it anymore.
E.T. is one of those films like you be watching it, the bike start taking off, and you be like, oh, like, E.T.'s leaving, you be like, oh, I can't believe.
When I saw that at school, I was like, how did this happen?
Yeah, E.T. is one of those. All right, and Asa, now what do you look forward to for the summer? Your summer plans?
Going on vacation.
Okay.
Martha's Vineyard, I think we might go to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So just relaxing at Martha Vineyards for the summer.
Probably go to the beach, a cool beach house. They'll probably have a basketball hoop. Probably not like last time, but last time we went there, they had a basketball hoop. So I was shooting some shots, getting my jumper working.
Okay, listen, Asa, please. Ask first of all, can we have your parents' names? You gotta shout out to your parents. Your
Yeah.
mom? Can we know who's your mom? Who's your dad?
Darren Harris.
And your mother?
Kamala Muhammad Harris.
Okay, good. So shout out to your parents, and if they want to let me know the location, I'll fly in and teach you how to shoot like Steph Curry. Not a problem.
I mean,
And
thank you.
yeah, and also, and please let your we just interviewed probably like 3 weeks ago. We interviewed your grandfather, Minister Jamil, and shout out to your aunt, your Graham Jam, and Aunt Milla, and your uncles and aunts, Carmen, Leonard, and everybody. Shout out to your whole family, and
Shout out to everyone.
yeah, shout out to everyone. And I don't know why Camilla thinks your mom thinks I'm joking. I literally have the Steph Curry release. It's not a game. I'm not. It's like it's automatic.
No!
Every time I go on a date, I go to Dave and Buster's and show off because it's like
I once went there before. It was so much fun.
It's so much fun. All right, well, love you, Asa. May Allah continue to bless you, and hopefully we'll bring you back very soon because the playoffs after each round we got something else to talk about, and then I want to introduce you to my top 5 people so they can hear their predictions because we got to hear what they're talking about, and we look forward to it. Keep being a great human being, Asa, a great student, a great son, and just the marvel that you are.
Okay.
And New York, stand up. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you, Asa. I'm rooting for you. All right, thank you everybody who's watching. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off of the People's Podcast.